Guys, so anyways, today I am doing a book review of all the many I have to do. I thought I would review Monument 14 by Emmy Lebré because I really don't see a lot of stuff on this book, and it's kind of hard to find something about, so I thought, hey, let's review it. In Emmy Lebré's action-packed debut novel, 6 high school students, some popular, some not, 2 8th graders, 1 a touch genius, and 6 little kids trapped together in a chain superstore, building a refuge for themselves inside. While outside, a series of elasticing disasters begin with a monster hailstorm and end with a chemical weapon spill. Seems to be tearing the world as they know it apart. That this was actually set up in a supermarket. I didn't think it was actually going to be that good of a book. But seriously, do not let that turn you down, because it is like Gone by Michael Grant, except in a supermarket. Minus all the powers and the adults and the... It's cool. Our main character, Dean, a really nice kind of guy, but he has like a major crush on a girl named Astrid. Like I said, Gone in a supermarket. Yeah. In the supermarket, you kind of figure out how they're dealing with it and how they build their own kind of world inside the supermarket and how they kind of cope the mystery on what's going on in the outside world, what's going on, and then it's just so different and it's just so amazing. But throughout this book, it kept reminding me of the Gone series. I remember mixing and matching the characters from this book to the Gone series, and I kind of found quite a lot that were exactly alike. Alec, Dean's little brother, was like Computer Jack. Dean was like Sam. Nico or something was like El Dido. And it was just an on playing series. Throughout this book, I found myself just wanting more and more, and I just couldn't put it down. Just the mystery of what's going on outside, why this is happening, and how they try to deal with each other when, you know, they're teens and kids. Just so amazing, and I really liked it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars because it was so good. Even though, like I said, it reminded me a lot of the Gone series, but it had its own touches. When I read this in 3 days, and so I spent one whole day reading it, and then when I got where that was about that much from being done, I know just that tiny cluster of pages, I found myself too tired to read on. Like, I was on the verge of falling asleep. So I thought, oh well, I'll wake up early in the morning and finish it. And I was so mad at myself for not finishing it, because the ending, oh my god, you're going to want to pick up this book and you're going to want to read it, because it is so man. Why did I do that? Why didn't I finish it? I don't know. I highly recommend you guys go check this out if you guys haven't already read it. I don't hear a lot of people reading this book. It's the cool thing about this book is that it actually has a map and all. You guys should read it. Read it. Read it. The cover is awesome. If you guys haven't read the book, I'm going to be discussing it a smidge because it's been a while since I read this book and it's kind of hard for me to remember it. Bye-bye. The ending, oh my god, I'm still so mad at myself for not finishing it. I was so close. At the end, Astrid, she seems like this cool athletic girl, and she is just, yeah, she's a total opposite of the Astrid from the Gone series. That's why I couldn't compare Astrid to anyone else. But then in the end, we find out that she is pregnant. That's what really made me like, I couldn't believe what I was reading. I had to reread the whole page to make sure I was reading it right. Dean decides to stay with Astrid because their reason for staying is their blood types, because they don't want to be all outrageous and crazy trying to tear people apart. But Astrid's reason is a really good reason, because she wants to protect her unborn child. Dean, I think he just really wants to stay so he could kind of prove to Astrid that he's the kind of man he is, even though Astrid and what was his name, Jack or something, made it pretty obvious that they're together. Dean was kind of like that lost Sam that didn't get Astrid. But I just couldn't help it but think that it was so cool that there was this chemical spill that affected blood types. That different blood types got different effects, and it was just so cool. That was so interesting. Quite cool to think that your blood type can make you have a certain way, and yeah, I don't want to be typo. Yeah, I don't want to be violent. Dean kind of like becomes the chef of this place. I kind of thought he was going to go for the leader. But I was actually really happy when Nico got the part, because he was actually a really good leader. I respected the man. He was quite nice, but he was also like a love-lost Sam who wanted another girl who was with someone else. Unlike Dean, he got the girl, okay? I gotta give it that. He got the girl. And there's a lot of love lost in this book. Hailstorm in the bus, the first scene that we get, and we're like, holy frick, what the heck is going on? How are we going to get out of this? We gotta get out of this bus alive. Even though most of the people on the bus didn't make it out alive. It was so cool. I don't know. Just the part where the other bus just crashes into the store. That's pretty much what got me hooked in this book. Two guys show up at the door saying that they're friends with the bus driver that saved them. I forget her name. They're like, come on, let us in, we need supplies, the world out here is so dangerous. I had a lot of issues with them agreeing to let them in. I just didn't trust these men one bit. And it was totally right. They both ended up dying. The one guy died from infection, I guess, and the other guy, well, obviously he had to die. He was a creep. Creepy man. When they say that there's, like, when you get to an airport, that every few days or so that they'll be taking survivors off to Alaska, I was kind of itchy. I was like, why don't they just send the guys saying, hey, we're in here, just tell them to come and get us. Well, even though still that was kind of a stupid suggestion at the same time, because of the outside world where people are going crazy and the part where Jack suited up to go to the outside world to see what was going on, and he was showing everyone like it was a movie or something, and they're all watching and they're all like, what's going on, what's going on? This part made me cringe a bit. We really don't know what happened to Jack, but before he dropped the walkie-talkie, he said, tell Astrid I love her. Like she wasn't sitting right there watching all of this happen. It's just, yeah. I had some issues with this book, but there were only small, minimal issues, but I just really enjoyed this book. I hope this wasn't as bad as a review as I think it's going to be, because it's been a month or two since I read this. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!